Some of you will have seen the unboxing I did of the new Altra Olympus 6. That was a few weeks ago now, and since then I've done a couple of reasonably, good walks. I did a quite an extended one as well over the weekend, of a 40 miler, and I used the Olympus 6s for that. And normally I would give it a little bit longer before I did a review, or at least a first review of the shoe. But I had some concerns, so I've decided that I'm going to do a review now, and maybe we'll see if things improve or not. But anyway, yeah. So let's get on with the review. Firstly, what are the good things about the Altra Olympus 6 that I like? Well, firstly, one of the things that was a problem with the old Olympus was the point where the upper meets the midsole, and that was always a bit of a weak spot, especially with the perforations. As you can see up here, they were down here on the 5s, and that produced a potential weakness over a protracted period of time, especially if grit got in. That was always an issue, but they seem to have fixed that by literally, as you can see here as well, they've actually just removed the perforations, which makes it a lot stronger. And I think they've actually also extended the level of cover, the protection to it, so that's a good thing. As ever, the things I like about it are the grip. The grip is amazing. Vibram Mega Grip, I don't think there's a better grip out there, and it just really works. Anything wet, anything slippy that other shoes that I've had are just not very good on, these stick to like glue. They're brilliant, and like I say, best thing out there. Also, in my unboxing, I said I had a bit of an issue with the laces, and I'm going to eat a bit of humble pie now. Actually, I still think they could be longer, but I think they're better than the previous version. I don't know if they're actually longer or not, but they certainly seem not to be as big an issue with these shoes as the previous ones. So yeah, they work fine, and they're flat laces, which is really important. And also, finally, they fit. I use Superfeet Green, which has a carbon fibre insert, and they fit that really well, and so there's no problems associated with that at all. And also, obviously, which was the same with the old one, but the toe box is great, gives good protection, nice and solid. And I have to say as well, yeah, I do think the shoe is more solid, and I don't know whether that's part of the issue that I have with it that I wanted to talk to you about. And I've got two issues. Firstly, I'll deal with the more minor issue, which is the tongue. With the old 5s, the tongue came further up, and I had a lot more padding inside it. This one barely gets past the laces, and when you tighten the shoe up, the lack of padding is a real concern, because on one hand you've got to pull it tight enough to lock your foot in the shoe, but at the same time you don't want to do it so tight that you can't actually then feel your feet after 5 minutes, because it's cut the circulation off. And I have to say, it is a very small sweet spot that you get with this shoe, because I found it a dickens of a job to get that tightness just right without it getting too tight and too pressured on the top of my foot, cutting off the circulation or making it uncomfortable to walk in. And I only use these for hiking, by the way. I don't use them for running. So that's the first thing. I think I don't know why they've put less padding. Maybe it's to save money, I don't know, but I don't think it's good, and I think it detracts from the shoe. But that brings me on to the second point, and this is my biggest concern by a long way. I don't know if you can actually see in there, but there is padding in the shoe, and it's it's pretty robust. And that wasn't there in the previous version. The Olympus 5 didn't have this, and it was incredibly comfortable. I don't get why they've put this padding in. The Olympus 5 shoe, you can really fit it in. You could just go off and do a long walk in it, and it was ready to go straight from the box. I got blisters from these, and I haven't had blisters from Altra Olympuses for years, and I think that was one of their really great things about them, was just that they fit so well. But these caused me blisters, and I'm not just talking small blisters, I'm talking big blisters within 2 miles of walking. They aren't good. I have to be honest, it's not good at all. And it's solely due to this unnecessary piece of padding at the back on your heel, and that's exactly where I got it. I got rubbing from it. And again, this links to the tongue being too small and not enough padding, is that you have to get your shoe tight enough, but not too tight, so you cut off your circulation, and you can't really, I don't think, get a great fit then with your foot and the padding. It just is awful, I'll be honest with you. And I have been such an advocate of the Olympus. I think they've been a fantastic shoe. The 4s, I think, were the best. The 5s, the tread on the 5s wasn't as secure. You got times when these lugs kept coming up, but not an insurmountable problem with a bit of super glue. But then these, I have to say, I think these are not good. I won't say awful, but they're not good, and I wouldn't buy another pair of them, which is really disappointing. In fact, so much so, what I have done, because I've got a Land's End to John O'Groats next year that I'm doing, and I'll probably go through a couple of pairs of these. I bought another pair of Olympus 5s because they're going cheap, so you can buy a pair of Olympus 5s for half the price of these, and they're definitely worth doing that. Yeah, I think they need to address this. If you want to get the Olympus 6s, by all means go ahead and get them. But I would say don't plan a long walk in them, and you're going to need some time adjusting to them. They're not the same fit as the Olympus 5s. They're going to rub your heel, and your heel will need to toughen up, and you'll need to give them some good time to bed in. But yeah, that's my review. It's a bit of a downer, I'm sorry about that. I really love these shoes normally, and I'm gutted to have to actually say I'm probably going to have to start looking for other shoes, other brands, because they've let me down quite badly on this, and I think they've got worse over the last few iterations. Like I say, I think the 4 was the best by a long way. But I hope it's been helpful, and if you could give this a like, and if you haven't subscribed, you'd be more than welcome to subscribe, but don't feel under any pressure not to. A like would be appreciated though. But yeah, my initial review of the Olympus 6, I'm afraid, is a cheers.